The Lakers just beat the Rockets. It is 12:30 a.m. where I'm doing this from. Do me a favor, subscribe. At a minimum, like this because I'm busting my butt here trying to grow this channel. If you could just help me out, that would be wonderful. Now, the Rockets now have a 1.5 game lead over the Denver Nuggets for the 2 seed in the Western Conference after that loss. They are 12-2 in their last 14 games. It's not great though. Okay, like 12-2 is great, but I think it's a little misleading. We're gonna get into that here in a second. This 12-2 record over the last 14 games is following an 8-game stretch where they went 3-5. It's not great. What changed? Why did they go from being 3-5 to all of a sudden 12-2 in their last 14? Two things. First, Fred VanVleet is back. And he just makes them better. When you look at his numbers, it doesn't make any sense why he makes them better. Okay, like he's not shooting the ball great. Like he's a 37% career three-point shooter, only at 35% from three on the season. He's not averaging a ton of points. The assist numbers aren't super high. But what he is on an incredibly young team is an adult. Okay, the dude is an NBA champion. The guy just knows how to win. He's a good defender. You know, it's still just all the annoying stuff that he did when he was in Toronto and they won the whole thing. He's in passing lanes. He's, like 6'1", and he gets up underneath guys and he's strong and he's kind of tough to move off the spot. But his maturity and his experience and his, defensive prowess, because if you're going to play for the Houston Rockets this year, you better be able to guard. It makes this young and fun Rockets team better. And they're so much fun. Like, of all the teams that are going to make the playoffs, I am most excited to watch this Rockets team play because you know that they're going to bring energy and effort in every game that they play. Now that I've been nice, let me be truthful. This 12-2, record over the last 14 games means nothing. It means nothing. I don't expect for the Rockets to get out of the first round of the playoffs, even if they are in that 2 seed. That's my take on this team. If they play the Timberwolves, the Clippers, or the Warriors, then I expect all of those teams to beat the Rockets. And yes, I know, Rockets 12-2 in their last 14 games. Here are who those 12 wins came against. They beat the Pelicans, trying to capture the flag. They beat the Magic, playing team in the Eastern Conference. They beat the Suns twice, currently on the outside looking in of the play-in in the Western Conference. The Mavericks, I don't want to talk about the Mavs. The Bulls, who have figured out here a little bit better as of late, but still not a great team. They beat the 76ers, another team tanking. They beat the Heat, Hawks, and the Jazz, another team trying to capture the flag. None of those teams are good. Their 2 losses have come to the Nuggets, the current 3 seed in the West, and the Lakers, who we all know is a really good basketball team. And then you compare that to the Boston Celtics, who honestly aren't getting enough buzz for what they're doing. They've won 13 of their last 14. And look, they've played some bad teams in there. The Nets, Jazz, Trailblazers, played all of them twice. Those aren't good wins, but they beat the Nuggets. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Grizzlies, tonight. So it's not the most impressive streak ever from Boston, but there are like some legitimate playoff teams in there that think that they're going to be able to win a playoff series. When you look at the 12 wins that the Rockets have, not the same. Like, not really even close. And once again, Rockets, a ton of fun to watch. Jalen Green is, I think giving people some hope that he can be more than just a guy who scores 20 points a game very inefficiently. After the All-Star break, he's averaging like 23 points, a little under 5 assists per game, which is a pretty solid number for him. That's higher than normal. He's only shooting like 43% from the floor. Hopefully that'll improve. Only 33% from 3. But, the playmaking stuff is getting better. Playing for Ime Udoka requires Jalen Green to actually try on the defensive end of the floor, which, he's a good defender when he wants to be because he's 6'6" and he's incredibly athletic. So the Rockets are fun. They're clearly a year away, though. They are, an offseason acquisition, away. And look, it's probably going to be Kevin Durant. That's kind of what everyone thinks. He'll be able to come in next year and he'll be able to get a bucket for you when you need it. Because that was the difference in this Lakers and Houston game tonight. Sorry, I pointed at the TV, even though you can't see it. And like down the stretch, LeBron James and Luka Doncic were able to generate good looks for their teammates. And when Fred VanVleet is like your number one offensive option down the stretch late in games, you're not beating the team whose best options are LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Like you're not. So they're close, and they're going to be so much fun to watch next year. Hopefully, they need that one real legitimate superstar. Amen Thompson, he's the most popular role player in the NBA right now. The development has been just so much fun to watch. If he comes back next year, he starts to shoot a little bit better. Like that dude could be a stud at some point. They're just a lot of fun. And I want to throw this out there. I know everyone's kind of like Kevin Durant will be a Houston Rocket next season. Keep an eye on Giannis. I want to float that name out there because the Bucks are probably going to lose in the first round. And my take is when that happens, Giannis is going to be sick and tired of losing in the first round in Milwaukee. I think he's going to be the first international player we see really force his way out of an organization. I think that happens this summer if they lose in the first round, which is very possible. Damian Lillard, blood clots. Hopefully he gets better soon. And they're probably going to be the 6th seed. And they're probably going to play the Knicks in the first round. And that's going to be a tough, tough series for them because the Knicks are a really good basketball team. So Kevin Durant probably going to be a Houston Rocket next year, but don't rule out the idea of Giannis potentially making his way down to Houston either. Thanks for taking the time out of your day or night to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. As I said in the open, I'm trying to build this thing. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'm posting a bunch of shorts, highlights from every night of hoops to kind of keep you in the loop. So make sure you're subscribed and you're checking out everything that I'm offering over here at My Take Is. Thanks again for watching the video. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.